Project TH is an insanely ultra-realistic third-person action adventure and is being described as an interactive action-adventure game based on the world of Mudang, which means shaman in Korean, which was actually created by Korean webtoon artist Seok Jung-hyun, also known as Stonehouse. Now, the studio behind this is known as EVR Studios, and they are a Korean-based studio who states that their long-term ambition is to create a virtual world where people can emotionally connect with and be comforted by AI-based digital human. And that does very much sound like the Matrix, but over the last 8 years or so, not only was EVR Studios founded, they've been able to gain very high caliber talents from various fields of work such as game development, Hollywood feature film VFX, professional photography and story writing, and they have even produced immersive content such as Project M, Balboa, and the world's first 4DX VR commercial movie Stay With Me, and Parasite VR based on the Oscar-winning movie. Currently they are working on Shaman, a AAA game development project using cutting-edge digital human creation technology, a story-living metaverse platform known as Project V, and a hyper-realistic digital human creations project, and also working on NFT-based mobile game services. So let's go ahead and talk about this new project, Project TH, which is also known as Project Shaman, which will be released for Xbox, PlayStation 5, Steam, and Epic Games. The game is also being worked on by A Story, who are going to be developing an OTT drama based on this Shaman webtoon. Now, the game Shaman, or Project TH, is being developed as a AAA title using state-of-the-art digital human technology by EVR Studio. Famous Korean actors Lee Hong-nae and Hyo Sung-tae, among others, are being developed as hyper-realistic game characters, and movie director Kang Yoon-sung is working on the project as cinematic director. So the actual synopsis behind the game, the story that's going to be developing, is peace has found its place in the Korean peninsula after a peaceful unification between the North and the South. With its longtime adversary no longer in presence, mandatory military services become voluntary and changes flow throughout the peninsula. Concerned with the lowered public security's awareness, the National Security Command put in motion a new program called the Ordo Project. Ordo is an idol group used as a propaganda to increase the number of the voluntary military enlisting, and quickly succeeds in gaining mass popularity and meeting its intended goal. As Ordo gains popularity, voices of conspiracy arise, claiming that Ordo can only be described as a phenomenon and is actually a brainwashing human weapon. At the same time, an unidentified armed organization is assembled to take out Ordo. The National Security Command organizes an elite combat unit known as Chasa to protect Ordo, and Chung-tae, a member of Chasa, is assigned as the leader. But Chung-tae had a problem of his own. He was suffering from a symptom, excruciating pain in his head, which can only be described as the pain of splitting his skull, only during decisive moments of battle. During a massive Ordo live concert, Chung-tae detects a threat on Ordo and throws himself on the stage to protect Ordo from a group of armed attackers in mass. But once again, his symptom overcomes him and exposes him to danger. One of the mystery mass stares at Chung-tae and utters, "You're a ghost." As the mystery mass run away, leaving Chung-tae unharmed, Chung-tae realizes his excruciating pain is slowly fading away. We've also got a look at EVR Studios' digital human 3D scanning technology, which is a facial scan system, which is the first solution towards creating the perfect digital human in real-time engine. We built our own scan system that enables us to scan a person's face at the highest resolution and quality. They use microgeometry. EVR's facial scanning technology Lightsphere boasts 100 times the precision of a standard photogrammetry-based scanning system. It is able to scan the skin details at 20 UM, which is the equivalent of about a billion polygon meshes of data, and allows us to capture skin color changes associated with varying blood pressures across different facial expressions. That sounds absolutely insane, and it's extremely incredible that we are going to be seeing this type of technology displayed in their games coming forward. Incorporated into this scanning technology is facial stretch map. We capture even the skin microstructure deformation, the slightest changes made on the skin from each facial expression, contraction and extension of the skin when laughing or frowning, including subtle wrinkles, and convert this into normal map. The data is then applied to our character's facial expression, and movement of skin detail is reflected in real time. They also have a technology called physically based texture, which is our scan system can extract physically based textures such as diffuse, specular, and normal maps from a subject. Our raw texture data can be simply exported to any 3D software such as Maya, 3D Max, or Unreal Engine to get instant photorealistic realistic skin results, and we even get to see a digital human which they created with this technology. And it is the same technology that is going to be used in Project TH, which looks absolutely insane. Now the game is also being developed in Unreal Engine 5 and also using their motion capture technology, and will offer a mix of stealthy infiltration missions, melee combat and range attacks, taking players across a faithfully recreated Greater Seoul region. I think seeing the gameplay of this game, this is really going to be a brand new stealth based IP that is very reminiscent of Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. And it seems like in the last decade no one has really been making these types of games. Everyone's really focused on open world RPGs, which is still a good thing, but I think we've seen a lot of really bad ones or very boring ones. A lot of people are saying that we want more linear games, we want smaller games, because open world games take a very long time to make, or games on a very huge scale. That is why a lot of people are advocating for smaller games, the linear story path, with the idea that they won't take as long to make as an open world title. And hopefully Project TH won't be that long away, as it's likely that this game will get a release date announcement this year, with hopefully a release in 2026. The game looks absolutely stunning, and I'm very excited to play, especially in the setting of Korea, in the Seoul region, because I don't even think we have a game that is set there, which makes it a completely unique setting from any other game. Not only does this game look absolutely incredible and really shows you what you can do with Unreal Engine 5 and their own digital scanning human technology, but the team is comprised of so many talented people from the movie industry and game development. So it's likely we will see that pay off when their game is released, and it does seem for EVR Studios, Project TH will be their first major release that will hopefully gain worldwide attention, as we saw with Black Myth Wukong coming from a Chinese studio which was nominated for Game of the Year. I love now that we're getting Korean developers and Chinese developers representing their country and their stories from their culture, and there's just been so many amazing Korean dramas that have ended up in the mainstream like Squid Game, and there are tons more on Netflix that are very popular. Now that we're getting Korean storytellers within gaming, it's very exciting, and I hope we see more Korean game studios make some really amazing looking games. Project TH is a game right up my alley. As a fan of the Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid games, this is really going into that stealth espionage drama with near futuristic technology, and they have some amazing actors attached to it too. I'll be keeping you up to date with this project. There are also a ton more projects that you're gonna want to stay tuned for, as Crimson Desert isn't the only game being developed by Plan 8, and there are games like Project Triple L which look absolutely mind-blowing, which we will talk about on this channel, along with a Metal Gear Solid like known as Black State, which looks absolutely incredible. We're going to be covering all those games on this channel, so please subscribe and go ahead and check out my new superhero games channel known as Balboa Mania Infinity, and also my new upcoming games channel known as Balboa Beyond, where we'll give you the rundown of all the new upcoming games coming in different genres. Please go ahead and help me get to 1,000 subscribers on both of them. Leave a like on this video so it reaches more people. I really hope to see you on my next video. Please share this video with your friends, and God bless. Take care.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.